Okay, go.
Well, we're in this massive old swamp dominated by a broken canopy of massive old pitch pines of very large size, smaller red maples and hollies and some gums, and an understory of what appears to be quite a bit of azalea and high bush blueberry and clethra. The leaves aren't out yet, so it's hard to tell every species of shrub. The water's a bit high, I think, than it is normally because of the wetness of the winter. So some of the swamp pinks appear to be grown out of running water. But nevertheless, the ground is just littered with swamp pinks and skunk cabbage. Swamp pinks beneath the skunk cabbage, flower stalks above the skunk cabbage. Huge numbers of non-flowering plants, a little tiny bit of deer browse. I would guess maybe one every 50 or 100 plants shows a little deer browse. We've seen a few browsed off flower stalks, but for the most part, there's not terrific access for the deer to get to every swamp pink. The understory is very dense, and the swamp pinks are incredibly prolific. It appears that every plant has many underground rhizomes with sort of strings of new leaf clusters emerging from the ground. Tremendous amount of flowering. Without having counted or done anything, it looks as about maybe 2/3 of the actual, if you would define an individual swamp pink as a clump and a rhizome runner, looks like maybe about 2 out of every 3 plants is in flower, individual plants. Maybe a little less when we actually start counting. And thousands of plants, absolutely just thousands of plants. And we haven't even scratched the surface. What I'm really impressed by is that it's a very mature swamp. Lots of big trees on the ground, lots of gaps in the canopy, dense shrub cover at about 10 to 15 feet, sometimes even higher. Lots of young sassafras in the mid-story and gums that probably have been in the shade of some of the big pines for decades and now are in more sun because some of the big pines have recently blown over in all the storms. But classic mature forest with a lot of dead trees, a lot of young trees, a lot of old trees, a lot of gaps, just like it should be. And the mountain laurels around the fringes on the slopes are absolutely spectacular. 8-10-inch trunks. The mountain laurels 15-20 feet high, just gnarled and tangled. They could easily be centuries old. Just a spectacular spot. One of my favorite spots. As of today, one of my favorite spots in the world.